Ready? Okay, good. Before we move on, let's see. I think this one is much easier to compare with other session. Before we move on, let us review about the Four Noble Truths. That on Tuesday we talked, right? Remember, the basic teaching of the Buddha is to help us to transform from suffering to happiness, because happiness and suffering is two sides of the coins. If we know how to use our mind to bring our own happiness, if we don't, it bring our own disaster. That's the point. Alright, so remember I told you about the true. This is true in the past, present, and future, and it's related to our physical body. It's related to our mentality. And of course, we talk about the cause and root of suffering, right? And we talk about why you have test anxiety, right? Why? Why? Remember?
You want that image.
Huh?
You want it to be good.
We have to lose
That desire to
expectation. Remember? Right. Expectation. Like when you have a job interview, most of you have job interview, right? So when you walk into the room and you expect that they will hire you on the spot, what happens if they turn you down? Yeah, it will be frustrated. You'll be disappointed. That's why. That's why here the Buddha provide the last one, the way how to end this kind of suffering, how to deal with that. Right? So okay, let's start with number one then, please. Yes.
It says like the Eightfold Path is a part of the right understanding, but it's not really the core like focus of it. What it really is just like understanding that feelings, thoughts, etc. in your head do not define who you are. It's understanding that there are still feelings and thoughts, but you do not have to follow them with your actions or cling on to them. Just notice that they're there, and that's it. And from there you can look within yourself and just meditate on the truth, which is what Buddha wants you to practice.
Okay. So tell me which one is right, which one is wrong. Understand it. Why the Buddha mentioned about right understanding instead of wrong. What's meant wrong understanding in opposite way?
Following your thoughts.
Yes.
I was going to say like ignorance, like being ignorant and not understanding and like giving more to like what things are. They don't like see them as being just simply what they are. So that's the wrong way.
So remember, sometimes you may have miscommunication with your girlfriends and boyfriends, right?
No,
Happen?
never happened.
Never happened? Really?
It's unrealistic.
Oh, really? Okay. So what happened about the miscommunication, misunderstanding? That's right. You may think that he or she go with other people, but in the end, that's not the case. Is that right? And something that this comes from your projection too. So that's why we talk about right understanding. But here it's different. Any one of you add more about right understanding? It's very important. It's very important because okay, I will show you the map here so that you can see why it's so important. Okay, here. These are the basic teaching of all Buddhist traditions. Regardless of the tradition you follow, this is the most important, the basic one. Okay. Yeah. You see that we have three categories. One is wisdom, another one is ethics, another one is samadhi. or concentration. So the right view is the right understanding, right intention. It just belongs to the wisdom. And the next one is ethics, right? Right speech or action, right up to just ethics. And the last one is how to train your mind to follow that path. So that's why right view of life, right understanding of life is so important. Right? What else? What else you want to add? Anything more? What kind of understanding that you think is right?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What kind of understanding that you think is should be right, should be proper?
Self-observation.
Self-observation. What else?
Observing what you inflict on your surroundings.
Yeah. Let me give you one example. That let's say if you have some conflict with your friends, or even your parents, for example, right? Your friends, parents, whoever. If you don't understand the root of the problems, you would not solve that problem. Is that right? So that's why it's talk about right understanding. All right. So let's say if you know that your parents love you, right? Definitely you know that they love you. But sometimes they demand you to do certain things that you wouldn't want to do, and you think they hate you. Is that right? Has happened? You see that's why we need to understand their point of views, understand the reason why we have that kind of conflict. Your boyfriend is girlfriend too in our relationship. That's why we have to recognize that. Okay. Anything that you like to ask? Okay, let me move on so that we can understand. This is really complicated here. Here is the charge of the Eightfold Path. You see that we divide into three categories: the wisdom, ethics, and concentration. And here, right here, can you see everything? Okay, here. Can you see? It's blurry. It's really important. Can you see it? Okay, let me show you this here. Now, right view, a wise view, or right view, right understanding. Of course, here in the Buddhist sense, in the Buddhist way, you have to understand about the Four Noble Truths. Right? That's related to Buddhism. But here is talk in the daily life. You have to recognize the cause and effect.
Can you make it bigger?
Bigger.
At the bottom.
I will lost something up there. Can you see? Can you guys see? No, it's blurry.
It's a little bit tiny.
Uh,
The lights.
if you can turn off this light up here, over there. That's just what you can see. Okay. Try out. Yes. Good.
Yes.
Good. You can turn on that light in the back there. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. All right, now here. Can you see clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Yeah, that's good. That's good now. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I can see now.
Oh, all right. Okay, just turn off for a while. Okay, good. All right. So here, you see this. You have to understand about the cause and effect. Why is that? Let's say when you want to have good grade, you want to have straight 4.0, but you don't go to the class often. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, whichever thing you want, you have to put effort in. Whether it's your job, your grade, even your relationship too. You have to put a lot of effort in build that type of relationship. Otherwise, it's not. All right. And three characteristics of the system: anicca, that means permanent; dukkha, that's suffering; and anatta, that means not self. Okay. Now, these are the things I like to actually let's talk this one here first. Let's see. Okay, good. Okay, and let me talk about this. Can you turn on? Let me talk about this thing first. All right, what's been now here? Let's say you have, let's see, laptop is just Apple. It's how much? Expensive. What happened? Did someone break it for you?
I cry.
You cry?
I didn't money.
Okay. Remember when we talk about his attention? Right. Let's say if you stay away from your parents, you may miss them, right? If you go to different school, or if your friends, whoever, go to different school, you miss them. Is that right? And you may move from one job to others. You may change your position. You may change your classes and so forth. Everything is impermanent. Is that right? But if you are attached to certain things, it brings suffering to you. You understand that? Let's say, like you mentioned recently, if you're attached even to your laptop, your cell phone, even to your hair too, right? If you go to the shop and they don't cut in the way that you want to, you will suffer. Is that right? So that's what we talked about. Remember attachment last time? And if we don't understand about the reality of life, impermanence, things come and go, things are changing, movement by movement, we would not have that type of history of happiness. Makes sense? So that's why as much as we understand that, we would have that kind of acceptance, especially if you would like to do meditation. Acceptance is one of the core approach that you need to have. You have to accept everything as the way they are. If you go against this, like remember we talk about fight or flight, the more you fight, the more you run away, the more problem occur. You couldn't stop anything. Make sense? So that's why understand about the permanence of life, especially someone that love Earth too much, but they may be depart, right? And this lady you just mentioned, right, about the funeral service of your home, and the monk say, "Don't cry," right? You know why? You understand that? In some of Buddhist funeral service, most of the time we encourage people not to cry. You know why?
Don't be attached to that person.
It's done. Even we cry, yes, emotionally we love that person, right? But still, when we cry, it's the form of attachment that both Earth would have that kind of problems, especially with the disease. They could not go. You understand that? They could not go because if they still attached that physical body, even this done, they still hang around with you.
Can you cry for other reasons? Can you cry for other reasons?
Yeah, no,
Like you stub your toe?
Okay. That's as human we cry too, but that's especially that special movement is better not to cry, so that we can let them go freely. Okay. All right. So this is, and of course we talk about suffering and anatta. Anatta has mean no self. We talk about that later on. Okay. All right. So let's just move on to number 2. What's number 2? Yes, sir. What's number 2 about?
Number 2 is called the right intention.
Okay.
It's the second path of the Eightfold Path. And there's 3 kinds of right intention. First one is the intention of renunciation, which is basically saying that when your attachment leaves you, so if your boyfriend or girlfriend leaves you, then just be like whatever, like who cares? Like you could like care and you can jump off a cliff, but I mean that's not gonna get back. So like just be really alpha about it. It's just like just whatever. And then the second one is the intention of goodwill. It's basically just like be nice creates people. And the third one is called intentional harmlessness, which means that you want to, basically, you don't want to be violent or anything, you know. Being violent is bad, obviously. And so basically, to sum it up, is basically what we think is just as important as what we do.
Why? Why right intention is so important? Why?
It starts at intention
Why?
because everything you do is it starts at what your thought is, what the reasoning behind it is. So
What's the reason behind you drinking water?
I'm thirsty for chips.
Well, what's your intention to go to school? To have the degree, to have a good job in the future, right?
Money.
Okay, yeah, we talk about that. And what intention for you to have a relationship with someone else?
Companionship.
Huh? What do you say?
Companionship.
Yes. Okay. So that's, remember when we talk about if somehow you hit the cat, the dog, or the deer accidentally, remember that? Remember we talked about that, right? So if we have intention, that's a different story. Who been hunting before? No? Oh, good. Fishing? Oh, wow. You too?
Catch and release.
Catch and release? Okay, can you imagine that someone catch you and release you? Okay.
Better than catching you than eating you.
Oh, okay.
You want someone to eat you?
Yeah. So, well, that part we talk about the right livelihood, right? We talk about that part still. Anyway, so as long as we have intention, that's, remember, that may create the karma, remember? We talk about that. If you have intention to do the fishing, that's the kind of fishing karma you may pay a little on. Is up for you. Okay. So again, let me go back to review. Thank you. This is too blurry, right? Can you turn off this? Turn off. Okay, here. Can you see? Okay. Why is intention or right intention? You see that? Can you see in the back there? Or too small? Too small? Oh, because if I open this is good. Okay, now you have to have the good motivation, proper motivation of two things. Remember here, patience, generosity, loving kindness, goodwill, friendliness, metta, and so forth. And so that you can be free from lust, ill will, and cruelty. All right, please turn on. I will explain to you. I will explain to you. These two things go hand in hand. Okay. Yes. Here, right view. Okay, and right intention.
So,
Look right here, right view. You have to recognize about, remember, cause and effect, right? What you want your life, you put effort on. If you want people love you, you have to show your love. That's all right. That's right view. All right. And because of this cause effect, you have to put this intention, loving kindness. If you don't want people harm you, so don't harm them. Make sense? That's just come from a cause and effect, right? Make sense? If you want to have good grade, do homework. Right? If you want to have degrees, study hard, and so forth. You understand that? So basically, that's what I talk about: the loving kindness, goodwill, generosity, and so forth. Dalai Lama, he said that if you want to be selfish, help others. Make sense? Why? Good karma. When you help other people, this means you help yourself. When you harm others, this means you harm yourself. Make sense? So that's why. When you help others, right? When you help others, when you have intention to help others, the co-respective people will help you out. Make sense? So this should go hand in hand with each other. Right view of life and right view of and right intention there. Make sense? Okay, so this is the wisdom you should have. The wisdom. Without this wisdom, you would not affect much to your speech, your action. That's what we talk about. The next one. Okay? So the next one is easy. Number 3. What is number 3? Oh, you. Okay, yes, go ahead, sir. What's number 3? That's been interesting, right? Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Well, right speech is just basically making sure that you abstain from the behavior like lying, gossiping, being rude or abusive to someone, and anything like useless chatter is also kind of frowned upon as well. That's it.
Well, how about why lie?
What?
Why lie?
Yeah, that's a gray area. I don't really know about that. I don't know. I would say no, because it just says lying, and it's better to just be honest in the beginning as opposed to a white lie.
Okay, now let me write out this one. Okay, my speech. Sometimes, yes. Okay, sometimes you say something that may be offensive to other people, right? Sometimes you swear too, right? Is that right? Sometimes. Okay. Especially if someone cut you off on the road, right? And most of the time, without these things, if we say, okay, restraints from swear and so forth, it's common for any tradition. Is that right? Even at home, when you were young, your parents say, hey, don't yell, remember? Don't curse and so forth, right? That's common sense. But you have to understand this one here. What happens if you curse? What happens if you yell? What happens if you swear and so forth? Make sense? It may be disaster. Remember? You know, you watch some video clips on YouTube, they what they call the road rage. Right? You know
Watch those?
Yeah. It's happened to you guys sometimes?
Yeah.
Not much, right? It happened? Okay. So see, without this intention or right view of life, you cannot control yourself. You cannot control your speech. Right? It makes sense. It makes sense. Not right here. You see them? Don't tell lies, don't curse, don't gossip, and so forth. Right? Why? Because we want to keep our dignity. Right? We have to say the truth most of the times. And what happens when we talk about some gray area, right? Sometimes, is that good for us to say some white lie there?
No,
Why?
because you're still lying.
Okay.
It's
The truth will set you free.
Yeah, okay. Okay, what else?
And it's still like affects your karma. Even like if you have the right intention, it's still a bad action. So like you'll get good karma, but you'll also get some amount of negative karma also.
Let me give you one example. Let's say one of your siblings or relatives is criminal, okay? And the police try to catch him and they hide in your house. So when the police come, would you turn them in or would you tell them, no, he's not here?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm no snitch.
No, that's a sample.
No, I wouldn't.
Snitches get
Would you turn
stitches.
them in?
No.
No?
No.
And you asking you lie?
Yeah.
Or they find out that you lie and they
Oh, I'm not curious.
No.
But if the cops find
whether
you
you
lie,
police or
No,
not.
it's still
Harboring
bad.
a criminal.
I'm not saying it's not bad, but I'm just saying what I would do a bad thing. I would lie.
Okay.
Y'all wouldn't lie? Y'all wouldn't.
So the more, so here, focus on whether you believe truth or forget that. That's the case. Okay. Would you turn Would you call your relative in with you, or you still have
Depends
to
on
say?
the crime.
It does depend on the
If
crime
it's
also.
serious.
If it was serious,
Like murder, then
If it's
I don't
murder,
want to
bad.
my
he's
house.
right here.
Oh really? Even
Yeah.
your son?
Yeah.
Or your daughter?
Murder,
My son,
kidnap,
yeah.
rape. He's right here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That degree of
Not selling
crime.
drugs. I wouldn't turn them in for selling drugs.
Oh really?
I would not sell them. I would not necessarily. I have to.
And you gonna learn your lesson.
I don't know.
And
I don't know where he is.
if you don't turn them in, what happens? You may pay your karma with them too, right?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Alright, so again, it's not easy.
But also, let's hope my relative wouldn't put me in that situation.
And how about, most of you guys are taking some kind of multiple choice here, right?
What?
Multiple choice test, is that right?
Yes.
And how about cheating?
I don't trust people.
Okay.
I don't.
And even though, this has happened too, but somehow we have to keep up with our dignity. And even when we talk about the other one, it is including hacking people. Yeah.
Hexing them?
No.
Hacking.
Physically.
That's a form of cheating. Make sense? If you don't say out, but you do with your hand. Make sense? So
Like
no matter
hacking?
what,
Hacking? Like into other people's documents and stuff?
No, not like hacking them in half.
No.
Computer hacking?
Yeah, like computer hacking?
This is a form of stealing, the form of cheating too, right?
Well, I mean, obviously also not hacking people.
I don't know.
Anyway, so again, when talking about the speech, remember, as long as we have this view, right view and right understanding, we would not say something that may irritate other people. Is that right? May be harmful to other people. That's what we call this. All right. So let's move on. Number 4. Yes. What's number 4?
It's about the fourth aspect of the Eightfold Path, which is right action.
Yes.
Pretty much what it is as a whole is don't act with the intention to harm someone or something. And that also involves people and animals too. It's also part because the Eightfold Path is split into 3 groups. It's part of the ethics group, which is also called civil. And it works with speech and liveliness. You should act without selfish attachment, and what Buddha taught was that just follow the don't act upon the 10 unwholesome ways, which is killing, stealing, sexual conduct, lying, divisive speech, which is you say something to cause disagreement between people.
Instigating.
Don't use harsh words, gossip, and don't resent people for having a good fortune. Don't be angry
Jealous.
that jealousy pretty much. And don't hold a closed mind about things that you don't fully understand.
So don't be concerned.
But the 3 main things about right action is don't kill, don't steal, and don't practice sexual misconduct.
Adultery.
Yeah.
That's their crime.
But also with the killing, it's not you doing action. You're not supposed to encourage other people to kill. Hey, go kill someone.
Hey, you know what? You'd be a billionaire if you killed your dad.
Like that.
Yeah.
So if you don't do the Christian, would you ask your friends to do the Christian for you? The same way. The same way too, right? If you ask someone to do for you, that you raise your karma too. So again, it's simple, right? It's understandable, right? Student, that's understandable. Alright, so especially for the student here.
Killing and stealing is easy.
You raise your
Easy
karma.
not to do. Easy not to do. Killing and stealing is easy not to do. I apologize.
Like I just mentioned recently, when we talk about stealing, right? Hacking people passwords or computer, that's a form of stealing too, right?
What you doing?
Oh, one more other thing about the killing part is like, what it is like you do it with the intention, like not accidentally.
Yes, that's one here.
Like someone chokes on your meatballs?
Yes.
Choke on your meatballs?
Oh.
That's right. That's here. That's intention there. Okay. Okay. So no matter what, the intention is so important. Okay. What happens if you walk on the? What happens? Someone forget the laptop or iPad here or iPad.
I'll take it home
I
with
would
me.
say that too.
Really?
Wait,
No,
oh, that's
I wouldn't.
right.
Turn it into the lost and found.
Lost and found. Okay.
I've saw
I saw out there. Someone in all the other room. They left thermal.
just like
Thermal cups in all the room there.
I left my camera here the other day. Everyone knew.
You find out one. Find it back for you. You
Oh.
got back.
I came back, but Judy was about to text me.
Oh yeah. She took from you.
Right action.
Oh good.
She's not paying attention.
And what happened? Remember the story of the girls in Dallas? She picked up bags of money. It's about more than $2,000. Remember that story? Yeah, she turned
How
into
else
the
did we hear
police.
about it?
Yeah. Remember that story? I think a year ago, right?
Not just overthinking.
So what happened if you see some bad money on the street? Would you keep it for yourself or turn it in?
I would keep it.
Really?
It's probably drug money. So if it's that much cash,
It
it's probably
depends.
drug
If
money.
it's like a wallet, then of course not. But if it's just like money,
In a bag.
Yeah.
it's just money.
It's drug money. So, you know, go to drugs or go to my tuition.
You're right.
Right action.
I don't need my tuition, so I can get
He
a
is
job.
so disappointed in you guys. Just kidding, alternate. Oh god.
No.
No, I'll turn a wallet in.
A wallet, yes.
I would turn a
I'll
wallet
turn-
in any day. Wallet, purse, cell phone.
Or if people drop
Laptop.
money.
Or a car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll turn
Most
that
of the
stuff
time,
in.
right? Most of the time you pay by card,
Not just
right?
Well, you can get a call if you take a credit card, so you can just turn it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely nobody
I
card.
was thinking too, find $20, $50, $100 on the ground, but no wallet, no identification. When giving that to someone less fortunate than you, would that be the right?
That's the right action.
It's like it's a balance thing. You get a little bit bad karma, but you also get a lot of good karma. So it's like
Anyways, that's the right action, right?
If you
you
don't
give
know
it
the
to a
owner.
homeless person.
If we don't find the owner.
What if
It's
you,
not special. Yes, sir.
what if you like took a little bit of it
Oh, really?
and gave the rest
you,
away?
you keep your own karma,
Just
right?
you know.
You keep your own karma.
Buddha knows.
So you use your wisdom.
Start a church.
Remember, use your wisdom here, okay? Use your own judgment to do the good things for yourself, for other people.
It's kind of nice
Okay.
to think that.
All right, so let's move on to number 5, right?
Not to drink.
Is that number 5?
yes.
Okay.
So it is basically in the ethic from unification. So it says that not to. There are five things that we're not supposed to do, and the first thing is to not get in the business of addictive drinks or substance. The other one is to not be involved in killing. That includes hunters and executions.
Wow.
Then avoid to be in the business in weapons, like sell or make instruments for killing.
TI.
Also avoid the business in human beings being trade, prostitution, or sell human beings. And the last one is avoid the production of toxic products that are meant to kill people.
Common sense, right? It's all common sense. No fisherman right? Don't go out to fish, you pay for your price later on. Hunting, butcher, this is a big question for the Buddhists. Can Buddhists be a soldier?
No.
So who protect the country then?
Buddha.
Okay. So how are you guys? What do you think? If no one protect the country, so
Let's hope if no one's protecting the country, no one's attacking the country.
Wow. So what do you think? Can a Buddhist be soldier?
I don't think so.
No. So we have a lot of limitation there.
If you can't even eat fish, I don't think you can go around killing people. If you can't even eat fish, I don't really think you can be a soldier. I'm just saying.
And if you're supposed to practice equanimity
Yeah.
then you're not probably supposed to be like a nationalist or someone who
Yeah.
believes in just your nation.
That's why. That's why Buddhism is so universal. Principle that anyone can practice without any nationality and so forth. Yes.
So they can be law enforcement either?
Okay, that's a trick. Very tricky. Now let me tell you this. Yes, Buddhists can be soldier. Yes, Buddhists can be policemen. No problem. But you have to recognize intention. Intention.
Right.
If you are cops, your intention is to keep the bad guy from the street. You have the communities, is that right? And even you are a soldier, actually, especially some young men approach me and say that I want to go to army, navy, and so forth. I say that's okay, but don't go. You can go to National Guard or Coast Guard. That's okay. To protect country, that's better. It's safe for them too, is that right? And if you go army or navy and so forth, they may send you to Afghanistan or Middle East. Your life will be in danger. So of course, not many people follow Buddhist tradition, but so they have different ways to live. They do have different profession that they want to follow. That's their choice. But again, intention is so important. Remember the story? I forgot someone say. Remember one of the Buddha past life, he killed criminals in order to save 500 merchants. Remember that story? So even he killed that person, that criminals, but he has the intention to protect these 500 merchants. So that's why, of course, this can be justified for Buddhists to become a soldier, but you have to know the intention to harm or to protect your country. So don't think that Buddhists cannot do anything. That's different story. Yeah, you very good and bad karma. Alright, which one is more heavy, you have more. Right? If you have intention to protect country, you have more good karma then. Right? Sometimes it's not easy when you carry the gun around. If you don't have that kind of mindfulness, you may harm others easily. I have a friend who is policeman in Louisville. It was stressful for him. Well, because whenever he went out, he saw everyone as criminals in a negative way. Otherwise, he would not look for the bad guy. Remember, it's so stressful for him. And without meditation, this is hard. And especially for right intention like this too. Okay, again, so these are the comments, right? That you mentioned, right? No human trafficking. That's just the big deal. Right, that's illegal. Poison trading, gun and so forth, torture and so forth. So you guys carry gun? You guys have gun at home? Be careful. You have that?
Yeah.
Be careful, okay? Don't play around with weapons. You may harm.
They're not for playing.
Huh?
They're not for playing.
Okay, not for fun, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one, please. Number 6, right? What's number 6 about, sir?
Number 6 is about the right effort, which is the 6th path of the Eightfold Path.
Yes.
In
What's
the
about?
Fourth Noble Truth. So it's categorized into the concentration category. So there are bad there are good effort and there are bad effort. So it's a way that you can achieve the right action, right speech, right livelihood, right view, right intention. It's like a practice you can do every day to achieve those things. So some of, like, the effort can be like persistent, consistent doing what you need to do, like maybe going to school, reading, learning, restrain yourself from doing bad things, keep practicing and practice. So and also another one is to overcome the fear and avoid the bad effort, like being lazy, sitting in one place watching TV. People call it potato couch, I think. And then you have to fight for your point sometimes, like give out the effort, like show people that you are intentionally want to do something and you think it's right. So that is like putting the effort into your daily life and keep it going daily, so you create a good habit, and that habit will help you a lot.
Okay. Can you see? Can you see? Too small. Okay, this is two pairs. Okay, with right effort. The first one is if you have done the goodness, like have been homeless and so forth, do more. If you have not done so, what to do? That's the first pair. The second pair is if you smoking, stop it. Right? Alright. If you have not smoked or play around with drugs yet, don't do it. Make sense now? So that is two pairs. These things I want to explain to you clearly. That remember when we talk about the cause of suffering, remember the craving, right? Craving, right? Desire, and so forth. But what's the difference between the desire and craving? It may relate to this effort here. What's the difference between the desire and craving? What's the difference? Huh? What's the difference?
Desire can be something long term. Craving is like short term satisfaction.
Craving that you want more, right? Desire you have both positive and negative, right? Negative way you desire for something for yourself, and positive you have desire. You have the motivation to go to school, to have diploma and so forth. And later on, when you finish up your degree and whenever you have abilities, you can build a school, you can build a hospital, you can have people. That's positive desire. So in some of your papers, some of you guys will say that as Buddhists you cannot have any desire. That's different. That's no. Remember, don't have that misunderstanding. Right? You can have desire, good wishes, not a negative one. Make sense? So don't ever say, oh, Buddhist, as Buddhist you can. That's different story. Okay? So that's why we have right effort here. Alright, so let's move on to the next one, number 7, right? Yes, sir. Yes.
Right concentration.
Yeah, what's meant right concentration?
That's where I read it, but I kind of got confused with Vipassana.
Yes.
I think it's where you focus on something, say you're breathing, to try and seclude yourself, I guess, and become one. I don't know, it's like one pointedness. That's the term they use, where it's the duality of self and others dissolve, and you're supposed to be careful because you might get too happy and become attached to it and be diverted from nirvana, I guess.
Okay. Now, can you define for me what's meant by right intention and right concentration and wrong concentration?
Or probably right concentration is where you're trying to focus on something to better yourself, but a wrong concentration might be like you're focusing on something that you want to buy, and it's not something you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on something to better yourself.
And you want to do addicted to games?
So what?
Games, computer games.
Video games? Yeah.
That's concentration there. You are addicted to it, right? And you hook up and you waste your time. Is that right?
Yes.
And some people they may lose their life because of that kind of games, of that kind of addiction, right? Right. So that's wrong intention there. Wrong concentration. Sorry. Does that make sense?
It's okay, people actually watch the Kardashians. There's worse. Computer games, at least. Kind of cool.
Yes. Oh yeah, what do you have? What do you miss?
Yes.
This one? What is that? Is it computer? There's a light.
Sorry.
Alright, so you see, so that's a strong concentration. You concentrate on something that be harmful for you. You concentrate on something that harmful other people. You know how we call sniper, right? Sniper. Is that right? Oh, they concentrate, right? They concentrate on shooting whoever they want to shoot. You see that? And when you do the fishing too, you concentrate your fishing. Is that right? Hunting and so forth. That's strong concentration. And again, what's without concentration? That's what's about.
Right concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Focusing on like one pointness so that way you can figure out how things in the world work, I guess.
Who has good concentration? You think that you have good concentration? No? Really?
I'm practicing on it.
Everyone in the same age has ADHD.
Oh really?
So hard.
I think it depends on what I'm trying to concentrate on.
Why is that?
I think it depends on what I'm trying to concentrate on.
Okay. You know,
It wasn't me.
I understand.
Bad concentration.
Okay, one of my professor, he really serious, and he said that if your cell phone turn on the class, he will cut off 5% of our rate. 5%, not 1%. Okay. Anyway, so many of us, especially you guys, right, have some problem of concentration. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So why is that? Why?
So
Why is that? Why you don't have much concentration in your class, room, or even while you driving?
Distraction.
Yes.
I think it's because one thought just leads to another and another and another, and then you're just lost.
Okay. Yes.
I have to picture it. So like if I'm in a lecture and they're just talking, I can't visualize what they're saying. Graphs like that are perfect because I can look at that for half an hour and just memorize them.
Yes.
I think that as like the new generation coming into like the adult world, I think that we're really expected to multitask a whole lot more than other people have, like in other generations. So I think that that's a big deal.
Yes.
Like we have to be available on our emails like 24/7. We have to check a bunch of different things, and we have a ton of assignments. So I think that contributes to it. To like get everything done.
You know, my generation, yes, back then when we went to Penn State from 1986 to 1990, we had the computer mainframe. At that time, it's so advanced. But huge. This is the big room for our computer mainframe, and that we could learn Pascal. The language, the computer language, Pascal and so forth. At that time it's so advanced, but not now. So update. Now you have everything, cell phone, laptop, and so even while you sit here, you can do the testing. Actually, the first time I taught at India University of Southeast, I taught the region of Asia, and they get the lecture for a month. Every day I came in the class and get the lecture, and sometimes I look around, I saw some ladies and gentlemen down there do the texting and so forth. Right? So that's why I changed my policy. around. That we need to have that kind of group conversation, much better. Anyway,
We should have
so
a
we
giant
have
circle. We should have a giant circle, actually.
What's that?
We should have a giant circle, actually. I think that would be cool.
But you have to put a chair back, otherwise you don't bend.
Really?
Okay, anyway. So, how about, have you ever texting while you're driving?
No, I don't want that.
Oh, okay, be careful, right? With one instant, right? You can hit other people, or you may go down to the cliff, whichever way you go. So be careful about that. So concentration is so important, right? Because we could not build up without concentration. We get used of being distracted, right? So who like to do multitask? How you say? Do many things at a time. Most of the time we like to do, we have that tendency, right? To want to do this and that in one movement, in one certain time, right? That's good?
No.
Why? Why is that good, sir?
You're not concentrating on one thing. You're doing bad in all the things.
Remember the time that when you talk with your friends and you do your homework on the phone, while you talk with your friends on the phone and your hand is typing the homework and you may type something wrong there. It makes sense, right? So that's why in Buddhist view, especially in the practice of concentration and meditation, it's better to do one thing at a time, so that we could recognize and understand that matter. Remember the day that when you talk with your interviewers and somehow you could not concentrate, they may kick you out. They may not hire you, right? Even in relationship too. When you talk with your girlfriend and boyfriend, but you are texting, what happened?
Amen.
That's a big problem, right? They may think that you text to that all the ladies, all the girlfriends, right? So be careful, right? So that's why concentration is so important. That you need to refocus your mind. And there's many ways. There are ways for you to concentrate. And later on we talk about some levels of concentration. What we call samadhi. Okay. Let's just move on to the next one. After that, I will wrap up the things that we learned today. I have to lay everything here. Get the last one. The last one, number 8.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So, mindfulness in Buddhism is a very important concept because one of the very important aspects of Buddhism is to let your attachment go, to let your cleanness go. So what meditation does is that it helps you center what is that cleanness in your mind, so you can be disattached and to free that cleanness in your mind.
This week, how many tests do you have? How many tests you have? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Next week.
Especially the midterm or even final, right? You have to spread out, otherwise it's not easy to handle, right? So while you do the whichever test, a math test, and you may concern about your English test too. Is that right? So that's why mindfulness or concentration is the skill to handle the problems that you are dealing with. Why you should stress out with test again? Why?
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Yet what else? Expectation. And when you, let's say, most of you, all of you driving, right, from your house to school, what happened? Especially during the day that you're supposed to take a test, but somehow the roads, perhaps somehow you encounter traffic. Somehow, if you overspeed, you may be stopped. How could you handle this? Now, if that day you have a test, that important test, important interview.
You're SOL, man. You're SOL. Better luck next time.
Better next time. Yes, that's why you have to prepare ahead of time. For me, I travel around a lot, so it's better for me to be at peace when I go to airport 2 hours, 3 hours before my plane flying, so that I can take time. Don't rush yourself. Even especially when you take a test, whether midterm or final, whichever, be prepare yourself. Go early. Don't wait for last minute. And if you wait for last minute, what happens? You mess up easily. That's right. So take time in taking the test and in dealing with that kind of important business. So that's why mindfulness is so important. Otherwise, that's a stress out right there, right? Right? Let's say today you're supposed to take math test, but math test about, let's say, 4 o'clock, but now you're still on the road, 3:30 down there. See that? So you have to make preparation, better preparation, so that you can be on time to take the test, on time for your appointments. Sometimes you may be late for appointment because of traffic, because of your emotion, whichever way, right? So better to be prepared. So do one thing at a time to be mindful. Okay. Now let me explain to you the difference. What's the difference between concentration and mindfulness? What is the difference? Who knows? What is the difference between mindfulness and concentration? Yes, really?
Mindfulness is like a general awareness, and it's reflecting.
Okay.
Concentration is just focusing and absorbing yourself.
Yeah, give me one example.
Okay, so like if you're walking across campus, looking at the other people around you and changing how you walk is being very mindful of who they are and not letting people. And concentrating would just be beelining for your class and just elbowing everyone on your way.
That's good. That's good. Anything you want to add, Lily?
I feel like mindfulness is focusing on yourself, and concentration is focusing on external.
Not really. Not really.
Mindfulness is like observing everything and like right? Like being mindful of everything around you, all surroundings, people, situations, everything.
What's concentration?
Concentration is what your mind is actually thinking about, like what it's.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's single pointedness.
Yes.
It's on a single thing.
That's why.
You can be absorbed by that thing.
So that's why you go to the library to study, right? And the test and do any homework, right? You really want to focus on that subject, right? But mindfulness means whenever you do this, you recognize. You be mindful. And again, here is concentration. Let's say you concentrate on your driving lessons, and you concentrate on your phone. You concentrate on your test. Make sense? Right, that's concentration. But mindfulness means whenever it's your turn to do the driving, you're mindful of your driving. When it's time for you to talk on the phone, you talk on the phone. Don't drive when you talk. Right? So what they say, taxing and driving is could not miss, right? So remember. And when you do the cooking, be careful. Right? Don't talk on the phone. You may cook the wrong food. What happened? Did it happen too?
I cut myself.
Right. And so that is the mindfulness here. This is concentration, and this is mindfulness. Make sense? So that's why nowadays, as I told you, before I left, actually when they went back to Louisville and talked with that Catholic priest, they say that he worked with many teachers. I mean that high school teacher to train them so that they could teach the students in the classroom to do meditation, to do the mindfulness, so that they can be more peaceful. When you calm your mind, when you concentrate your mind enough, you could have better right. Trust me. I don't know whether you have that experience or not. Before you take the test, would you calm your mind?
You should, because if you get all like wired up, you're gonna forget everything.
Yeah. That's why. That's why before you walk in before you walk in the room, take the test. You need to calm your mind, to remember things that you memorize, things that you have learned. Right? Otherwise, when you run around and somehow you have all kind of conversation and you walk into the room, you may forget easily. So that's why mindfulness training is so important. Okay. So now this class, but this is just like in the introduction. That's why it's so important. That is tools to distress yourself, to help you to deal with stress, with anxiety, depression, and so forth. And it happened to me every day too. Remember I told you I do meditation every day. That's my medicine, my mental medicine. That's my mental food too. Without meditation, without reciting mantra, my mind somehow it would be unstable. I get used to that. Like without eating, to be starving. Okay, so again, it's so important, and for you, that's why now mindfulness is so important. That is best everywhere. Let me see here, and that's why that class. That means next Tuesday, we talk about mindfulness applied in education, in healthcare, in business, politics, in all kind of fields. In the future.
I'm not going to do politics.
Yeah. Okay. So in sport too. Alright. That's why it's so important for you to remember. Let me before we move. Okay. So again, I hope that you can finish up all your paper this weekend. Try your best to finish up, please.
You're in lower class now.
And this is an interesting topic. Try to do more. If you pick up the topic, it's interesting. So that you can see why the big company like Google or General Mills and so forth, they allow their employees to do meditation before
Oh yeah,
work.
Google has